Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Bam, bada bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Hello, Mike. Hey. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, so what we discovered yesterday. Hello, by the way, everyone. Hello, hello. So what we discovered yesterday is that there are actually 3 lines, or two, no, actually 2 lines in the code that are messing up the race traits. And we need to understand why. And at this point though, what I will do, I will just roll back everything to the latest release, right? Because I think it doesn't really make a lot of sense that we are using an old release, right? Yeah, it doesn't. So let me update everything. Okay, there are some merged. No, merge like that is a very bad idea. I mean, thank you for the... but he did 52, okay. Okay. So this merge means... not merged, I see both lines. What do you mean? Oh? Wait, is this the right one? Yeah, config and real config. Yeah, in theory it is. Okay, anyway. I don't know why it's saying that it's merged and it's not merged, but fine. Okay, let me do something because I'm confused now. Let me simply compare the current version that we have of PS character with the one. They should be identical, right? Okay, apart from this. Okay, so he kept... okay, nice, fantastic. He kept these two lines merged. Okay. Okay. And this one is fine. No, wait. Dictionary. Wait. Let's close all of this because it's just polluting our world here. Just polluting our world. Hello, Ula. Yeah, I just started, so I just Ba-da-bum. Yeah, but we can switch the scene anyway. We can switch. We can also switch the music, right? Okay. Ah. Okay, let's recompile everything with this version. And we will retest if with this version, which is the latest plus minus those two lines, right? We have, we still have the bird or not. And I think we should still have it, right? So, because I think there is nothing else. Now, the problem here will be, to understand. It's not this. No, it was not override. It was on change. It was what? It was on change. It was on change of overrideable. Ah, is here. Okay. Yeah, it is here. Okay, it's here. It's here. So that is the one that we were working on. Okay, recompiled. So let's go with hello, Nurdaleti Yatso 501. Hello, hello. You enjoy watching my game dev? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like to do this. I like to do some game dev, and the good thing of this is that we are doing a lot of different stuff, right? Sometimes we are working on the code, sometimes we are working on the storyline, on the dialogues, right? On the sounds, on different stuff. So that's the nice part of it, right? It is never boring, right? It's never the same. Now, there are certain parts that are harder. For example, the one that we are doing now, it is a bit hard because it's not easy to understand how to fix it. So basically, we found the problem, but we didn't really yet understand how to fix it, right? And this can be an issue, obviously. I hope it doesn't take too much. I mean, if worst come to worst, we just remove those two lines and we break the morphing again, right? That is what we can do. We should delete some maps or we will load forever. I will do it in a sec. I will do it at the next run. I will delete some maps because at the moment I think it's too much. Yeah, I think I can delete all of this. But anyway, I will do it at the next run. So this run we go with all the maps. It's fine. And Nurda, how do I call you? Nur. Nur, what do you do? Do you also, are you also a developer or are you a player? Yeah, you see that the bird is correct now, right? The bird is correct. So actually, the so the fix still works. So what we have to do, I mean, there are kind of two ways of doing it, right? So one is to ensure that when we do overrideable arrays, we catch the fact that we are morphing. But actually, this one is happening anyway, right? Is happening anyway. So I really don't understand why. So I think that the conflicting line is this one, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think this one doesn't do much because this one is replicating only server side. So let's try with this line and see if we get the bug. So at least we restrict it even more. And I'm deleting the maps now. Okay, let's try like that. Parararam, parararam. You are learning 3D? Okay. It's very hard to know all aspects. Yeah, absolutely. You have to specialize. I mean, in this world today, there is no space anymore for people that know a bit of everything, right? So everyone is specialized, which is, I mean, nice because you can really go deeper into one field, but I would say it's a bit more boring because you have to redo the same stuff over and over. But depends. I mean, maybe you know, different projects, different models, but. Yeah, sometimes I work with Blender. Blender is the main program I use for 3D modeling, and we did some stuff also for the latest release. So we added 2 new buildings and some new items, new furniture. So all of that has been done in Blender. So that was good. The server didn't load it for whatever reason. Well, he actually crashed on spawning a dungeon. Oh wow, that's kind of new. Why is doing this? Do we have let me check if we have dungeon stuff, dungeon save games. Dungeon save games. Ah. Yeah, we have a dungeon save game. Okay, I will just delete it for now because it's not right. I think it's because the format changed, right? Yeah, I think that's the reason. The format of our dungeon system changed in the latest release, and so I think that file was still probably old, and so that's why. I just deleted it for now because we are testing something else. We don't care about the dungeons at the moment. Right? I think it's starting now. Okay, we should be up and running. It's kind of interesting why it started the first time and the second time didn't, but anyway. Do you animate your character in Blender? Well, the characters are designed in Blender, yes, but the animations, no. I took it from a plugin that is called Advanced Locomotion System, or ALS, and he had already a number of animations inside, yeah. And this is what I'm and this is what I'm using. So these animations were already part of that. Plus, I added some additional animations, but also this one has been are taken from other packs, right? So no, I didn't animate myself. Okay, so we have the bug. You see that now the beard is missing. So what we know, like we kind of imagined, is that this single line, right? This single line is the one that is making the mess, right? Is the one that is making the mess. And I really don't understand how this line may... Now, does this happen? Does this happen client side? Well, yes, because this on change, I think is, if I remember right, this on change is replicated, no? Let me see. No, it doesn't seem like it's replicated. So it's called on replication. It's called on replication. I don't remember if this one is client side or server side, but probably. Function call when your variable is changed. You set the base value of the race and the helmet bed groups. The problem is that it's messing up our traits completely. I mean, I appreciate the fact that it's called, right? But get race info, get mesh name. Are we sure that this one is actually... Oh wow, this one is only doing this? Ah, because this is replicated then, yeah. Because this one is replicated, so that's why. Rest mesh morphed. I think we need a way to. Separate the case where the race is set on loading and when the race is set by morphing. I think that is what we have to do. I think that this printout we probably see on the client. I mean, I don't know where, but we will see it on the... I'm pretty sure that we will see this on the client. On race merged this thing, right? On wrap race merge. So this one. Yeah, in fact, we see it, right? We see it, and we also see the setting traits on client. Now, what is very weird, right, is that what is very weird is that this call, let me see, if we find the mesh under NPC, we assume is a monster. So one mesh only. We assume all names that are standardized, must be under characters. Res mesh morph slash mesh slash morph torso and morph torso. New skeletal mesh name, skeletal mesh game character temp name. Get skeletal mesh by path, which is this thing. You know that I'm not completely convinced of that, but because we enter here with what? We enter here with stone MB, right? With stone BM, yeah, with stone BM, this one. Stonebreaker male. So we enter with this. We enter with this. And so we search for skeletal mesh, game characters, stone BM, mesh, stone BM torso, stone BM torso. So this will be the thing, right? And I would say that this will return a valid result, right? So here we are searching the animation blueprint. No, I understand the logic. I understand the logic. So I think we will arrive here. Ah, there it is. There it is. If air, choose a random mesh. There it is. That is why it's changing. Okay, okay, okay. I think we know why now. I think we know why now. Yeah, because this was designed, right? This was designed only for the morph functionality. The problem is that it's called also for the initial loading, and that's very bad. Okay, second, here there is a big problem, because in case the skeletal mesh is not found, we are setting it to empty, right? So this is the first problem, right? That I missed the so this I think this will fix the beard. I think this will fix the beard already. Because here I'm not considering that this may return empty. So I think here I have to do this, right? So only if it exists, because if it doesn't exist, we don't want to override it. But still we have the problem, still we have the problem that that is work. Okay, but that is already slightly better. Okay, let me try like this. Let me recompile and go. Recompile and go. Okay. Let's recompile, my boys. It's not so hard, just C++, Blender, Real Engine, and some little things with MySQL and simple HTML, CSS editor, some knowledge on Apache, Java, and 2 other or 3 so basic. Yeah, exactly. It's very easy. I agree. I agree. No, actually, game development, there is really a lot to learn and a lot to do and a lot of different areas. So yeah, it's not simple, but it's also the fun part of it, you know, that there are so many different areas and so many different things that you are basically learning every day, and is a always continuous, you know, learning exercise, right? Which is very nice. I don't know why is there repopulating items so much. Do we have... at the moment repopulate items, we can put it to false because we don't really need it. Yeah. So this fixed at least the beard, right? But it didn't fix the hair because the hair actually is still randomized, right? Based on the hair is still randomized, right? Based on that function. So we still need to understand when we are using. So for example, if I do morph, right? I do morph, and then I say Stonebreaker male. Stonebreaker male. Stonehammer. I don't remember if... But it seems that the texture is not working now. The texture is not working now. Even if the skeletal mesh is the server side we are missing? No, because I don't know if this is the one that is doing something more, but I don't think so because it's the same. I don't understand why the texture didn't work. I mean, we can also remove this piece because this piece was just, you know, a kind of a funny idea to get a different hairstyle, you know, but what I don't understand is why the texture is not working, right? And also why also here the beard is missing now. That is very strange. It's the face and the torso. Because the other pieces are getting the proper texture, right? Which is the default one. But for some reason the face and the torso do not work. That's very, very strange. That is very, very strange. So we are still using the texture of the original null 3 mail. Yeah. But it's not even right. It's not even right because we are using because we have the plate mail on. Because we have the plate mail on. So if I remove the plate mail, is that going to work or not? Yeah, because that case I think we didn't consider. No, it's the same. The torso is anyway not working. So it works if you morph yourself into a creature, right? No, it doesn't. I'm a bit confused now. Wasn't the morph working properly? I think it was. So are my so is the fact that we removed the server side update that is actually messing up? Zombie stone hammer. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, morphing in Unreal Engine is not easy. At least I didn't find a good way to do it. Morphing is not something that that we can do easily. I know it's the same. It's the same. But it's very strange though, because I did this change exactly. Huh? Nah. There is something not, because I did the change, right? Exactly to fix this problem. And the change was that every race had the base texture set, right? I remember, I did it 100%. There was a thing. Here. All base races should have the texture specifying the race info so the morph and polymer can minimize the base texture. Yeah, exactly. So did this not work or what? Or what happened, right? What happened? So for example, if I go race info, right? And I take the consumer guy. Okay, this one, right? Consumer string mesh. Okay. Ah, the base texture is empty. So I didn't run it. Okay. And I also didn't run it in production then? Let me do a select base texture where no, select from what? From race info where ID equal to 28, right? Equal to 28. Yeah, it's empty. Okay, we didn't run this. I don't know why we didn't run this. Why we didn't run this? That is very strange. Let me just do another check because now I'm fearing that we are missing other pieces, right? Crimson Horned Elm, for example, right? Let me just check 1 second. Select ID from item stats where name equal to Crimson Horned Elm. No, this one we have. So this one we have executed. This one we have executed. I think I just forgot to execute the bottom part. I don't know why, but I did. 493. Yeah, this one is executed. Let me just see. 400. Maybe I forgot this. I don't know. That's weird. I think it looks like I forgot a piece, right? Uh, 432. Two 177 617. No, this is all done. This is all good. This is all good. This is all good. So I forgot only this piece. So this piece has not been executed in production, and why is saying 0? Wait. Oh. But 36. What? $632. Wait, there is a bit of a mess. I think I did it partially. Or in this list, right, there are not... $28. Yeah, for example, 28 is missing. So if I transform myself into a clock drone, let me see. Clock drone is not found. Okay. Yeah, you see that on this one we have the right texture, right? Okay. So it's just missing data. It's just missing data. So the functionality work is just missing data. So we didn't set, I don't know why, but we didn't set. Yeah, we didn't set it for all these ones. I don't know why, but we didn't. All these ones are empty, right? And they should not be empty. I guess the question is, do we have this thing, right? Do we have this thing available? In our files? I think we should. We don't. Ay, 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 ay. We don't. So for example, here we only have the Carcaras 2 and Carcaras 3 variations, right? But we don't have the Carcaras base texture. And it is why when I'm trying to, so for example, so if I do, okay, so if I do, if I morph myself, right, into, if I morph myself into a Carcaras, right? Yes, is wrong. But if I morph myself into a fire Carcaras, then is correct. Yeah, and the only reason is that the only reason is that we have that base texture specified in the race info table. Okay. The problem is that here we are missing that information for the base monsters, right? Like for example, for the Groffel we have it. For the Yulba, if I morph myself into a Groffel, it will work, right? I'm just, you know, validating the theory. Yes, you see, is fine. It's definitely fine. So okay. I mean, okay, fine. So it's a problem because it's client side as well, because this table is maintained client side. And I didn't add this client side. I mean, I did it to a number of, right? I did it to a number of creatures. Like you see all these creatures? I don't know why I did just a few and not all, right? Which is very, very, very strange. Yeah, it's very strange. So basically, I have to do all these. I have to do all these ones as well, because on the torso, it's not going to reload it. So I have to associate. I think I have to do it on everyone, and I don't think we have them yet. I mean, I can. We can try with one, right, to avoid working 1 hour and then it's not working, right? But the idea would be. But you know what? I think I'm setting the name. I'm not setting the number because the number is so confusing. GG. And we basically have to set what? Not the mesh, right? We have to set the texture. No, I mean we have, the texture. So now the problem is that if you are morphing into a creature, into a playable race, and you have armor on you, and that will mess it up. But I think yeah, and unfortunately there is a client change. There is a client side change, so there is little I can do. The only thing that is very strange that I still don't understand too much is why we have I don't know. Pam pam para pam. So we have to update the texture file, right? And we have to set now. Let's do it with one, so we don't waste time, right? Let's do it with one, like the stone breaker. But the face, we also have the problem of the face, though. Because this one will actually fix the problem for the... This will fix the problem for the torso, but will not fix the problem for the... Jesus. For the face. There is a bit of a problem, huh? I mean, we could also default, you know, to the But wait, there are two things. There are two separate things. One are the creatures. And two are the races. It's very different. Because the creatures have one single skin, right? So if I take the rogue, for example, right? If I take the rogue is one, and yeah. If I take the rogue, I don't even know where is it, but it's here under NPC. Wait. So if I take the rogue, obviously I have to choose one of them, right? But this is the... No, that is the base. Yeah, that is the base. So we copy this. We copy this for the rogue. We put it here. And maybe we take... Let's take also the one that we saw that it was wrong, right? The Carcaras was wrong. So let's take also the Carcaras just for... just because we tested it, right? And the Carcaras base is this. Okay. So now if I save this and then I re-import it, and again, there is a client change, so I will have to release an update, but it's fine. It's okay. So if I re-import this, right, now we should have at the bottom, yes, our stuff. So if I save it, and now we test again, right? Bam 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 bam. Do 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 do. Now we have another problem that the morph is setting your race forever, right? And that's another thing that we have to figure out, but it's fine. So if I morph now into a rogue, right? I don't know if the rogue is made. Yeah, you see that now it works. And if I morph myself into a gobble, no, into a carcass, sorry, into a carcass, right? Which maybe is N, I don't know why. Yes, you see, it works okay. So, okay, so the theory is confirmed, right? At least for the base races, we need an update. We need an update on the client. Yeah, but why I didn't do the... Wait a second. Huh? How it is possible that it's working if I don't have this set as the race name? It's doing it automatically? Oh wow, that's nice. I mean, I would still like to set it here, but it seems that it's doing it automatically, right? Because I didn't change the database, I only changed the texture thingy. So it's anyway, so it seems that it's searching the same ID. Because before this was wrong, right? 100% it was wrong. I'm a bit confused of why. Yeah, then we have a problem of speed and everything else, but that's another problem. No, this is empty. This is really empty. Okay, let's do it. Let's not ask ourselves too many questions, right? Let's just do it because it works. So I will set. I will set the base texture for all the monsters in this file, right? Assuming that the 01 assuming, yeah, that the 01 is the additional. Yes, it is. I mean, it's the base. So this will allow all the races, this will allow us to morph in all these races without any skin issue. Then if you also have to set it into the database, we can do it. But at the moment it seems that it's not required. I don't understand exactly why, right? It seems that it's like a smart search that is like finding. Okay, so if I didn't do any mistakes, yeah, this one, yeah, okay, let's see this one, because this one is the material name is different, right? But it should be okay anyway, because it seems that he's reading the name of the race and he's trying to find, right, the. Okay, so like, for example, if I morph into the clacker, it will be wrong, right? It will be wrong. Why so small? And by the way, it's not wrong. I have wait. I have a feeling. Why the clacker is correct? This is very strange. The clacker is correct, but it's extremely small. I think it's due to the probably to the original scale that we have in this clacker model. I think that this clacker model is scaled. Morphing, guys, is a problem. I don't know what to say, but it is a problem. Morphing is not something that we can do easily. I don't know. There are so many different possibilities. Yeah, so probably the original scale of the clacker is that small. And yes, as you can see, the mesh is scaled up 3 times. But it seems that this scale, when morphing, yeah, obviously is not red. Yep. So we are also losing the proper scale. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Well, but that would be easy to fix because you can morph and then you can change your scale, right? So a GM could do it. A GM could do it normal, I mean easily. Now, if I keep this, it's not doing anything crazy. Yes, it is doing it. It's interesting when you remove a but anyway, this is not a use case, right? So we will not allow that, so it's fine. You cannot have you know, a chain mail while you are a clacker, so that's a given, I guess. So now that we added all the now that we added all these textures, if we re-import here and save and restart, now that in theory should work, right? Yeah, obviously if you are born the right race is getting the scale, right? Yeah, and we have the other problem that, but anyway, it got the text. Okay, so the textures, basically the textures on the, if you morph, right, into a creature that now has the texture set properly, it gets the correct base texture, right? So that's good. Now this guy is really kind of big. Now, I think if I enable this last line, it should not really make a big difference. If I enable this last line, yeah, this is already on. Okay, well, I thought it was not. But now the problem is, how do we ensure that we are not overriding the hairstyle? I mean, we can do it because set the race so we replicate the texture. So my problem is, can I run this function only when we morph? Or better, can I understand if we are running this function while we are morphing, or if we are running this function on the initial loading? Because unfortunately, we don't know, right? Because overridable race on change, I mean, we have an overridable. We have an overridable, right? It is actually using on change. An overridable is generic for all you know what I'm seeing here? Is that maybe for morph I should call override. I should not call set base, right? Because I think I'm doing set base. Let me see. I mean, if I'm doing set base, is not the greatest idea. Get overridable race cancel. Yeah, but here we are again here. And here we are again there, and here we are again here, right? We are not even doing the override here, we are just... So this part I think I can just remove for now because it's not reasonable. This is not reasonable. Is messing up with standard loading, right? Even if I don't understand how. I'm a bit lost into this thing, guys. I mean, I think I understand roughly how it works, but I'm not understanding fully why. I mean, I'm not understanding fully how to fix the fact that we go through this function when we just do the initial loading plus when we do the morph, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is a bit of my problem. Let me just reload as an all thread. I think what I want to do, I want to be sure that we are reloading into a normal race, and then we are okay, so if I'm here, I mean, this guy now has the proper hair and the proper beard because we don't randomize him anymore. So But if I, so, and now if I change myself in, now the thing that I don't understand is if I change myself, right, into, because I understand why, because he's not taking the D, he's only taking the existing pieces. Is it? Yes. This logic is a bit fucked up. Because, okay, now I understand a few more things. So if you go stone hammer male, okay, we have the problem of the face. Yeah, but the problem is that he's taking the current pieces. He's taking the current pieces and trying to adapt them to the new. Yeah, exactly. But why, for example, the torso works, the arms work, but the gloves do not work, right? That is very strange. That is very strange. So you see that the texture of the gloves remains the one. Uh-oh, we have a bit of a monster here. Wow. That's something. So it looks like there are certain pieces that actually match and others not. But yeah, but for sure if I go here, right? If I go here that this creature is one mesh and so he has no sub-meshes, all the other sub-meshes has been removed. So as soon as I go back to a normal race, I will have only the torso. Oh. In this case, not even. Interesting. It seems that he did all the pieces. Why? Nah, but this thing is not working at all, guys. That's the main takeaway. Morphing at the moment is not working at all. And I don't have an easy way to fix it, by the way. Because I think we have to redesign the system and I'm not even sure that we really want it, right? So, because you see how many problems we have, right? So I think that probably the only way would be to rebuild a character completely, which is a bit what I'm doing, but I'm not starting from PS character. I'm starting from the meshes. So I'm keeping the same PS character and I'm trying to change on top of it just the meshes. But there are so many sub cases, right? There are so many sub cases. I cannot understand why the gloves and the face are the only two pieces that are not matching. This is super strange, huh? Yeah, the face and the gloves. So for example, the arms, right? The arms are also in a new, a separate piece, right? With his own texture and his own stuff. So why the arms yes and why the gloves not, right? That I really don't understand. Is it because the gloves are called differently between the races? Well, I don't think so. I think they are called exactly the same. And also here we are completely losing the... we are losing the air and we are losing the model, so... No, there is something completely broken. Now, guys, I don't think I want to fix this. I mean, I want to fix, obviously, the beard of this guy, and we fixed it, right? So we fixed the beard and the hair. And also we have an easy way now to morph ourselves into a creature which is one piece, right? Like, for example, the Carcaras, right? The Carcaras is one piece, and so you can morph into it. So this is not a problem now, right? So this works. So you can morph into this. You can even morph into a rogue, and the rogue will not be problematic, right? Because it's one piece, one texture, right? And you can actually move. You have your right. Now I don't know here at the back what happened. If there is a mapping error. Probably. But anyway, this kind of works. Now... And even different skins, right? Even in different skins work properly. What is the name of the third? No, I think it's Dark Rogue. Yeah, I think it's called Dark Rogue. Yeah. Dark Rogue. So all these ones are actually functional because they are one piece, they are one mesh, right? And so you can now morph without problems. But if you try to morph into a race that is modular, like for example, again, the Nolthrir male, right, or the Nolthrir female, right? Now this is having a now we can probably fix the I think it's weird that you like before they were staying in the T position and now we are back without T position. So this is something I don't understand. It's like if it's messing up. And the torso is not the torso is not swapping only because we do not have we do not have this setting, right? If we had this setting, and we can test it maybe with a Stonebreaker male. Didn't we do it? No, we didn't, huh? Yeah, okay, let's try with a Stonebreaker male. At least it will be slightly better. But the problem is that we will have to do it with every location. We will have to do it for the arms, for the gloves, for the legs, for the feet, for, you know. Let's try with the Stonehammer male. So if we take the base material for the torso, it is this one, right? Which, by the way, in terms of quality, is not very good, but that's what it is. So if I put this one into here and we save this thing and we re-import it into the editor, right? So that we now have... Why is saying that Diaboli M and Diaboli F are duplicated? Diaboli M. Ah yes, they are duplicated. Why they are duplicated? I don't know. That's very strange. Because yeah, I know exactly why. Because some of these things are yeah, one is the Innon, for example, right? So this one I think we can delete. And Exacha also we can delete. And then the Diaboli female I think is the same. So we have two Diaboli female because one is an Innon, right? Which is the one after the Stonehammer female. So yeah, actually this line should go away. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Just a second, huh? Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Now, we will still have the problem with the other locations, right? So we are not really solving the full problem here, but we are making it a slightly less impacting, right? Slightly less impacting. But still the morph remains a problem. I think I have to rethink... I think I have to rethink how to do it. Yeah. What? Okay, probably because the yeah, because he had green hair, and green hair are applied to this guy as well. But yeah, so okay, but apart from that, right, which is kind of funny, the torso is correct, right? Which is what I wanted to... I don't understand why we have the default beard, but if I disconnect, right, and reconnect again... Yeah, because basically our game does not have an understanding of the pieces that make a base race, right? So it's just basically reusing the one that you have on and is changing them for the new race. And so if your previous race does not have a beard, but the second one does, right, then you miss it. Or vice versa, if the first one has it, but the second doesn't, then you're gonna have a beard on a character that should not have, right? So this is what is happening at the moment. Because we don't really read the prototype or the archetype, right? We don't read the archetype of the Node 3 male anywhere, and this is something that we have to think about, right? So how do we restore the original, right? But again, it's a problem that I don't know if I even want to solve at the moment. I think we have bigger things to do, and you see that now at least the torso is correct. Unfortunately, everything else is not, so there is not really a fix, right? There is not really a fix. There is not really a fix. I mean, even if I put all this one in, it will not really fix anything. I can say test for morph functionality, but the other meshes, right, are still wrong. And the thing that I really don't get, right? I don't get how it is possible that the arms are correct. That I really don't understand, right? Why the arms are correct and the gloves are not? It's because they are named differently, so we have a naming issue. Because in theory we name all our textures the same. Or is because I have some items equipped? Because I have the gloves equipped. Okay. Because I have the gloves equipped. But still the well... I have the gloves equipped. And they don't... yeah, and that is skin. Bah. Okay, I would say if you want, we can really put these things in. I mean, it's not too much of a deal. I mean, we can do it. But this will not really fix the thing, right? We will not. I mean, I can do Enki mail material, and I can say, by the way, with the Enki is even harder because the Enki have linked traits, right? So they have the whole body that has to be the same skin. So even if I do this, right, it will never work. So I mean, I can still put in the basics, right? But for example, for the Kran, right, it was kind of doing it, no? If I morph myself into a Kran, what happens? I think that the torso was okay, or no? No. This is what is very strange. Like in this case, the torso is not messed up. Even if here Cran is empty, right? Cran is empty, unless I have any other Cran entries. No, that is the only entry that I have. So why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't? That's a mystery. Oh wow, look at this guy. It's kind of scary actually. Okay, we cannot morph into a full race now, but I would say we don't care. I will leave it as it is. I will just fill in this, but I mean it's kind of pointless. But let's do it anyway. Maybe will be useful in the future. Let's leave this clean anyway, right? So that it's not half enough done. Fine, I'm fine. Takes me 5 minutes, and is not half done, right? Hammer we can delete. Okay. Cran. We copy this and we put it here. In Kiev. In Kiev we have the same problem, but we go with the base texture and we assume that this is good enough, right? Let's just do this simple. Let's just do this simple work. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No, not alien. Torso. So this is anyway a good thing. So we have entries for no, sorry, alien F, not alien M. Alien F, alien M we did already. So at least we have entries, you know, for this thing, and in the future it may help. I tell you. Diaboli F. Okay, we're nearly done, huh? We are nearly done. We're nearly done, my boys. Clyros F. So I think that to really solve the problem fully, we will have to create one entry for every single piece, and then we will need to have a way to read the original archetype. Meaning, original archetype, I mean the original blueprint, right? So for example, the Stone MB character, right, is defined like this, and he has these pieces, right? And so we need to basically read the default one, but I don't know exactly how to do it. Or we save all the defaults. Yeah, we could potentially, right? We could save for every race. Yeah, that probably would be the best. That would be the best, I guess. So that we save, when we load into the game, we save in a temporary variable, right? How each race is constructed, right? In terms of meshes, sub-meshes, textures, and such. And so when you morph into one, we are going to read that definition. Because at the moment, we are kind of reading the current race that you are and trying to adapt it to the new one. But it is definitely not going to work, right? Okay, sorry, we're just responding to some messages. Okay, so we did this, you know, which is anyway good. Is fixing few of the problems, but the main problem we fixed, right? We fixed it. The main problem. The main problem, which is the beard of that guy, right, that we were missing before, and the hair that was changing, right, we kind of fixed. Now, it requires a client update, which is annoying, but no problems. Hello, Yoko. How was your pizza? Actually, I still have a piece of it. You know, now that you mentioned it, I still have a piece of it, and I don't know if I want to eat it. Maybe yes, because otherwise because it was too much. I still have a piece of it here. I still have a piece of pizza here. Because yesterday we ordered these pizzas and by mistake, I don't know, by mistake. No, I mean I choose a pizza, and the one that I chose was 20 euro. And I never seen a 20 euro pizza in my life. And I still have it here. And so, since it was so expensive, as I didn't finish it, my friend said, okay, we can make you a doggy bag and you bring it on, right? And this is exactly what I did. So I have it here in front of me because I took it from the fridge. And I can try to eat it again. It is actually... It is actually very, very good. If you ask me, it is actually very, very good. Yeah, I got some value for the money. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I will eat it at dinner. But not bad. It's not bad actually. It's not bad actually. Not bad. Okay. So let's do this. Let's try to let's check in this change, because I think anyway this change is a good change. It's probably not the best, but it's good enough. At least we fixed the missing bird from the other NPC, right? Let me check it in. Check it in. Okay, so yeah, there are a million maps missing, but that's not the thing. So the thing that we changed are these two files. Wait. What is the difference between break lock and release lock? Because I think I misclicked on one of that. It needs the removal of the... Yeah, exactly. Okay, we can say temporary fix on morph. No, in reality, it's not on morph, right? It's on this thing. Is on APS character on wrap, right? This thing. To avoid to temporary fix to fix the missing stone hammer bird, right? Yeah, it's a kind of a temporary fix. It's not really a great fix, but I think it's enough. Is enough, right? Okay, so I think this one is done, guys. There was one spot where the mesh didn't connect perfectly. Made a screenshot, but not sure if it helps to find the right pieces. On which... in the cave dungeon. In the cave dungeon. Yeah, well, yes, maybe, yeah, we can fix it. You can create a fly spray. Yeah, why not? You can create a bug. I mean, I'm beating in bug fixing mode these days, right? I want to fix some bugs. And by the way, guys, there are 35 or 34 now with the one that you just closed. Elements, right? Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Na, na, na. Yeah, this latency issue, unfortunately, is nothing I can do. This one I cannot reproduce. This one I tried, but I cannot reproduce. What is this? Naming problem, amulet or prevent disease. I didn't even know we have one. The naming of the amulet to prevent disease is ungrammatical. What do you mean? The least correction necessary is amulet of preventing disease. Ah, okay. Or better amulet of disease prevention. Something shorter and more to the point would be nice as well, like amulet of resilience, amulet of stable health, immunity amulet. What is this amulet, by the way? What is this? I don't even know about it. Is it kind of a quest item or what? Amulet to prevent disease is under jewelry. It's not used anywhere. There are no merchants selling. There are no quests using it. Wait, quest. And there are people that have that. Where is this item coming from? Ah, searching for items. Okay, okay. You can click here for the quest. Ah, yes, there is one. Just a second. Keeper of the Veil. I mean, we can actually change it. The only problem is that we will have to change also the quest, right? So we'll have to be done with some care. Is this actually doing something, or is it just yeah, it is doing something. Yeah, it's doing disease resistance 50. I mean, I can change it. I can rename it. I just have to check that one of mine was still found a strange quality display. See the screenshot in Discord. Strange quality display. Ah, the screenshot I see. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I can fix that. But yeah. What do you mean about a strange quality display? You mean the organic major diamond crystal? I mean that thingy? Quality 95, what? 80, 22. Ah, okay, I understand. Let me go. 80, 22, 80. What is it? 80, 22. Display error quality shown by mouse over. Yeah. What do you mean by not completely fixed? 95 organic. What? Organic measure diamond crystal. Storage is 95. Yeah, because in the storage it doesn't have the... Okay, because the storage probably doesn't get the floating point. Yeah. I mean, it's just for sake of simplicity, right? Otherwise, you get a lot of numbers. I think it's okay that you get the additional detail only when you ask the detail. Would you prefer to have? Would you prefer to have the? Also the 95.96 there, but I think these are very minor things, right? So if you get it now that you get it into the detail properly, I think it's good enough. I would not go and revolutionize, you know, the merchant window, because then it will become with a lot of numbers, and I don't think we really care, right? Do you really care if it's 95.5 or if it's 95? Nah, I don't think so. But you have a 95 and a 96. Okay, now I think I understand what you mean. So that is a 95 and not a 96. That I don't like. That I don't like. Because it's not that we are just losing the decimals, right? But it's also that we are... that we have a different number. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to spend time on this. I don't know if I want to spend time on this. It's such a small thing, you know. It's such a small thing. So... it's too small. We have to decide what we want. I mean, if there are any other major problems that we want to fix. I mean, the missing bear, that definitely was a problem, right? Bada ba bam bam bam. Bam 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 bam. Barababam. I don't think in this page there is nothing that is really jumping up. Yeah, this one I understand. This one I know. This one I know, but it's not easy to fix, and also is a small thing. This one, random dungeon not restored after crash. I think that this is unlikely. Can you test it again? Because after a crash caused by the dungeon was not restored. I mean, I'm more interested into the crash than actually into the, because the dungeon, you know, is a file sitting under save games. Movement with the new cards is strange. When I use it from a mount, it works perfectly, but if I leave my mount, then I can move only in a straight line. You should unattach the card first and then leave the mount. Yes, because yeah, that could be fixed, I guess. Just lost after the new release. Yeah, but I don't know. This bug is too generic to me. I mean, actually, I don't know if you want to keep it open, but this bug is too generic, and I suggest to close it and you open another one if it happens again, because I think it will never happen again. I think it was a very special case where, yes, there was a crash, plus we also refreshed probably the release or something. So on this one, I think that I would like to close it if you are okay with that. What do you think? Do you still think it's a problem or? This one I can rename it. This one we can do it. We have to do two things to do this properly. One is to rename the actual item. That we can do. And then I have to change the quest. I have to change the quest that is using that amulet. Okay, I did it. I did it. Let me just validate it, but it should be fine. Okay, I did it. This one will be available at the next server restart, right? I can flag it as fixed pending release, but then as soon as we restart the server, I can flag it as done. Yoko, I was just asking if you're still there, if I can close this bug, right? Because I think it is too generic. And I cannot reproduce it really, so if you are fine with that, I'm just gonna close it. The random dungeon not restored. This one I know, and not much I can do about it at the moment. You submitted a closure request. Okay, nice. I can accept and... Well, it's not fixed, but it's whatever. Let's say fixed, but yeah. Try to understand what else we can fix, right? It is important in your point of view. Yeah, this was weird, right? Is this still the case? Let me test this again. This was very strange, right? So basically you could right click on a stone and you could harvest. This was very strange. Let me test that. Let me test this again. This I never understood, but this may be an underlying larger problem actually. That certain items are flagged as harvestable, but actually they are not. But that's by design, yeah. Well, they are not real, I don't know, yeah. I would like to have some that are more real, so some that are permanent, right? Do you like this room? I like it. Okay, let me try to go... Let me try to go here. So there was a... yeah. Yeah, that is so strange. This I want to fix, because I think it's very, very weird, right? Well, this one is harvestable. This one is harvestable, but the fact that this one is incredible. Huh. And it's only the rock, actually. Like, if I click on the ground, it doesn't happen, right? Because the rock is anyway considered vegetation, like this tree. It is considered vegetation. And I think the check that I do when you right click to avoid going server side, I think even this one may. No, this one doesn't. Nah, this I want to fix. I think this one I want to, because it's very confusing. I think it's very confusing. Let me see where that happens, okay? Let me see where that happens. When you right mouse click, right, there is a number of checks that we do. I mean, there is a million that we do, but there is this mouse trace select, right? And yeah, it is foliage, you see? So this one is just checking if it is foliage. So it doesn't check if it's actually an harvestable resource yet. A poor rock is thinking is a tree. Yeah, maybe he aspires to be a tree, you know. Hmm. Yeah, we just open it. We just open it without doing the query, right? So this doesn't go server side, right? This does not go server side. This is just client side. So yes, every foliage, basically every foliage that has a collision and you can right click on it, it will present this. So for example, if I go, let's say that if I go into the desert, right? Let me try. Yeah, I think that is designed a bit simple, right? So it is designed very simply. So it's just saying, teleport locations. It is designed kind of simple. Yeah, so for example, if I go here, I mean, apart from the rocks, but actually, yeah, exactly. This rock as well, right? Oh, we have some flying trees there. This oasis is missing the. Oh fuck! What happened to these trees actually? Oh, this is something we have to fix. It seems that there are some flying trees really. I don't know why. I don't think I changed this recently, but I see a lot of flying trees now. There's not a lot of people coming here. But what I wanted to test, like for example this one, right? No, this one doesn't click. Strange though. Why this one doesn't? Wow, we have a lot of flying trees here. I can fix it very, very quickly, but it will require a new release. Why this tree doesn't? I mean, if the code is just saying it is foliage or not, right? It is foliage or not. Why? That is very strange. Is foliage is determined. Is just casting the heat component. The heat component. Is casting the heat component to foliage instant static mesh component. Foliage instant static mesh component. Okay. I think I will have to go soon anyway. Palm tree. Let me just see. Yeah, but all this one should be static mesh. Yes, as part of the foliage. Yeah. In theory, all these ones, right, are the same. But why they don't trigger? Perhaps we lost the connection. Yeah, we can maybe. Maybe the fact that he's flying is... By the way, the rubber banding is insane. Rubber banding is really insane, guys. We have to do something about it. Like when I stop, I'm getting teleported like a boss. I don't know if it's a matter of distance from the... Because, you know, the rock is very small, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So I will have to understand. I think I need to do it on my machine, and I need to understand why certain items are actually triggering and others not, because this is very strange. But I would like to fix it because I think it may be showing a bigger problem, right? I think this may highlight a bigger problem. We may have a bigger problem that we don't understand. For example, this one is not triggering, right? Like this one, for example, is not triggering. Why this one is not triggering and the other one is? I don't... This is also foliage, right? Ah, wait. Ah, no, that was me. No, that I clicked on myself, right? I think we have... No, I want to fix this problem. No, this problem must be fixed. This problem must be fixed. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like this one triggers... This one triggers, or I have set only the collision on the ones that it could be that I don't recall, right? It could be that I don't recall exactly. Let's do it on my machine. Let's do it on my machine, but this thing I really want to fix. It's not normal. Can you harvest those three? Yeah, that's another problem. There are like two parts of the problem. One is what the game detects as a foliage, right? And so it's popping up the menu. And then what you can actually harvest, and on that one for sure we go server side and we ask if there is a defined resource, right? At the moment I'm trying to understand only the first part of the problem. But yes, there could be two problems. There could be. But I'm trying to understand the first part. I'm trying to understand the first part. So let's go again in the same place. Here we are on my machine, right? Here we are on my machine. And I will have to go soon, but... Here we are on my machine, so I can also see when we click, right? On my machine, when we click, we see some additional debug, right? So for example, here I see heat component, streaming proxy, landscape, held field collision. So it seems that this rock is actually not detected, while this one is, because this one is foliage instance mesh component oak, right? So this one is detected and this one is not detected. So that is the first thing we need to understand. Why certain rocks, I think probably because they have collision. Like these rocks do not. This is strange though. Huh? It is very strange. Why? I have to go, guys, but I will definitely investigate this. Yeah, for example, this one is listed as static mesh helm. So here it identifies the 3 type, right? Here it identifies the 3 type. And here also birch. So here also identifies the 3 type. But here it just says that is the landscape, right? So this rock is not detected as something separate. So anyway, I will think about it, guys. I'm going to dinner. I will see. Maybe I will stream after dinner, but I don't know. I think it's unlikely. But it is possible. Okay. If not, I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. And meanwhile, there are 3 type: oaks, tree stem, and birch. Yes, like don't give anything. I think the 3. Yeah, I will fix this. I will check it in detail and I will fix it, because I think when I did it a bit as usual. I did a kind of a first version of it, right? And I think that now we need to make it really work properly. And it should be easy to fix anyway. Should be easy to fix, hopefully. Should be easy. Okay, if you want to click follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and also if you want to download our game, is available on our website. Here under download now is a free game, so you can download it anytime for Windows, Linux, and Mac. And I will say bye-bye for now. Good evening. Bye. See you. Bye-bye.